Hello, friends. Welcome to my live stream, and I'm actually live with you across all platforms. And I'm going to discuss about the branding. Branding is such an important subject, and brand attracts a lot of business. Brand attracts, also justify your organization. And while we all understand the importance of branding, I will actually share certain ideas about what can be done in terms of improving your brand, and also what you can do to elevate your brand and why you need to do that. So as the subject title of this particular live stream is how you can convert your company into a magnetic brand. So by the way, I see a message from a person called Tehseen. This person has joined us. Hi Tehseen, so you have joined us from YouTube. So if you have any comment, any observation, any questions, feel free to ask. This live stream is about business. We are discussing about the magnetic branding. How can you convert your personal brand or your organization brand into a magnetic brand? So that is the whole point. How you can convert your branding into a magnetic branding, and what are the advantages. And when I say magnetic branding, it actually means that the brand itself start attracting interest from people. And when you have the magnetic your brand has some sort of attraction, you are able to create the brand which will attract people. And automatically whenever your products are launched into the market, people have a very good feeling about it. So there are certain aspects of brand where people assume that, okay, now this product is coming from this brand, hence this product is going to be very good. And with that kind of confidence, when people actually buy and express loyalty, obviously that brand has spent a lot of years in terms of building credibility. That is why people are saying, the fine, since this product is from this brand, therefore this product must be very good. So this is a brand loyalty that this a particular brand is able to enjoy. And this is exactly what we should actually be doing. If you are running your own enterprise, if you are if you are a budding CEO, chances are the branding activity will be done by an expert who you have engaged, or who have you have hired within your company to build your brand. And if you have not done that, if you have not realized the importance of brand, then this live stream is for you. So stick around, watch certain points which I'm going to talk about today, which may be very beneficial to you. So as I was quoting example of creating a brand which start attracting customers, and then today suppose you launch a certain product, tomorrow you can launch another product, and automatically that brand value is taken from product A to product B. In nutshell, what is happening is that the product doesn't matter, because you're working separately on your brand. You're working separately to build the brand in such a way that it start showing a lot of cohesiveness with the end customers. And therefore it is important for you to basically understand that branding is very, very important. So there are a couple of things we have to do, and let us break down what are these things. And we can have we can have a discussion. So if you are watching me live on any of the social media platform, feel free to engage, because your messages will get displayed here on this side of the screen. As you can see, I can read your messages and address your query. So first thing that you have to do in order to build your brand is to create an energy around the brand. Your brand has to showcase a certain energy level, in the sense that it should demonstrate a power. It should demonstrate that, okay, now there are several important people working behind the scene in order to create the quality. And the energy of these specialized people is associated with the brand of your company. So there are various ways of doing it. One is each of the person who is involved in your team also work towards building their own personal brand. That means they are very well qualified, they are very popular, they are well known in the market, and if they are well known in the market, they obviously add their bit to your company's brand. So building a team behind your product, behind your company, who has already established a brand with their personal brand, will be beneficial for you, because their personal brand will rub into your product or your company's brand. So that is why people actually hire specialized people for each activity, experienced people, people with repute and some sort of reputation, because if the people are reputed, their brand value will also have a rub-up effect to your own personal brand. That is why building an energy is absolutely important when it is when you're trying to build your own brand. Then this is one of the ways. Other way is basically you create various campaigns. That means you put the energy of your investment behind brand building, and you know that the brand cannot be built in like few days or few months. It will take constant repetition of your brand building exercise for maybe every day. So you can strategize how often you want to basically build the what is your strategy in terms of, say for example, if you're running a hoarding exercise across the city, what is your strategy? You want to repeat that quite often, or would you like to go ahead and say that, look, I am doing brand building, but my brand building will be, I will do it for one or 2 months, then I'll stop, and then I'll again continue after a few months and then stop. So all of these exercise will have some strategic motive. And so one is that you can straight away start with the bank, hire people who are well known in the market, marketing gurus who will actually talk about your brand. You can also engage with influencers. So in today's environment, you can actually have a team of influencers on YouTube who will talk about your brand on daily basis. So if there are several messages are being broadcasted on daily basis across different medium, then obviously from all sides your brand is actually getting recognized. And once it is getting recognized, the power of the brand or the energy behind the brand will be very visible. So I think this is one thing which I'm saying, that you have to focus on putting energy behind the brand in order to make it very attractive for the consumers. So I have one more comment from Kanchan Verma, and she's saying good knowledge. So thank you so much, Kanchanji, for appreciating. If you have any question, kindly shoot the question. It will be visible here on the live stream. All right, moving forward. So I was talking about energy. The brand name and the logo should be visible in order to make it energetic. So if the brand is just existing somewhere and not getting demonstrated, if the logo is not being visible to the consumer or to prospect, then the brand will take very, very long time to become an energetic brand. And once the energy is lacking, obviously it will not be very attractive, and hence it will take longer time to become a magnetic or attractive brand. So I think that is a key point here, is that you should actually look at what you can do to publicize the brand name. Always, whatever you do, even if you're hiring people, your brand and logo should be visible. If you are actually selling certain things, you must say, okay, now your brand is selling a particular department and spinning off into a different direction. If you're starting a new corporate office, your brand value, your logo and your brand name should be visible. If you're opening a new branch office, your brand should be visible. If you're hiring a new person, your brand should be visible. So you have to start thinking about various means of how you can make sure that your logo and your brand name is visible and depicts that there is a lot of activity going on, there is some energy behind your brand name. On daily basis you're coming over and your prospects are watching that, okay, now this group of company or these group of people behind this brand are very active, they are always in the market, and therefore they must be doing really good, they must be well funded, they must be doing business, and therefore they must be having thousands and thousands of clients. So put the energy behind building your brand known, and that is what I mean when I say that the energy will make or help building your brand into a magnetic brand. All right, let's move to the next important item, and that is about faith or authenticity. You have to be authentic. You don't want to publicize things which are not real. So in the previous section we were talking about energy, but that energy has to be imminent. It has to basically come out from something which is real. You cannot create a false brand. You must always look at doing real work for the company. And whenever you say that, okay, if I'm doing XYZ, it has to really be done. You can't create a fictitious kind of a thing or a paperware, and then publicize it and think that, okay, now this will get into a brand, energetic brand. So I think that is one thing that you must be very careful about, and you have to be authentic. And that is very important. When you talk about authenticity, it's absolutely important. And authenticity also then percolate down towards the people behind the brand, the people who are actually working and working in the on that brand. So this is something that you should look at, and this is something that must ensure that there is a lot of activity going on, but the activity has to be quite real when it comes to providing authenticity. So if you're authentic, your people are authentic, well certified, and well proven, their experience is well proven, then obviously they will, all of this authenticity will add a tremendous value to your brand value. It will actually help build your brand and strengthen it. So it will take one more step towards converting your company brand into a magnetic brand. What is the next item that you must take care or you must do to convert your brand into a magnetic brand? And that is, it should be unique, it should be known, it should have some unique value, it should be visible in the market from far off distance, and you should not be jumping into a me too kind of a place where there are 10,000 people doing the same thing and you are talking about the same thing without any differentiation. So how will you be identified by the people? There has to be something to make you stand out. So you must actually look at how you can get out of this me too syndrome and create a unique place in the market for yourself. It's very important, friends, the uniqueness. In fact, people don't understand this. A lot of people don't understand how you can become unique, or probably a lot of people understand, but they do not know how to get out of this me too syndrome. If you are selling a commodity, so there are 10,000 people selling commodity, and that is where the challenge is, because if your product is not so unique, how will you say that your product is better than the other? And if you're able to do that, then only your brand will be able to stand out in the crowd, and that is where the magnetic nature of the brand will appear. For example, if you're just selling chips, for example, there are dime a dozen chips manufacturers all around, but your chip has to be better than the other. Your brand value will determine that your chip or your the crisps, whatever you call it, whichever country, is very well known, it tastes better, and your brand is driving the whole parameter. People like to buy your potato chips. It's a commodity, there is nothing unique, but then the brand defines the quality, authenticity, and the energy behind all of that defines that your brand will be will be recognized and will be respected by the people. So uniqueness of building a brand is very, very important. So I have one more viewer, Divine Tarot with Richa M. Hi Richa, how are you doing? If you have any question on this subject, feel free to shoot. Your messages will display and I can respond to that. So I was talking about the Me Too syndrome, where people find it very tough to get out of the Me Too syndrome. There are 10,000 people in the market. How do you stand out is an important aspect. And now this this effect is related to anything that you find in our life, whether it is a service or a product. Or if it is even simple thing like if you're running a YouTube channel, how your YouTube channel will stand out. It's important to understand that what is so unique that you're providing that other channels are not providing. Is there is some knowledge, is there is some entertainment, is it different, your videos look different. So everywhere you are basically facing this Me Too syndrome. If you're making a commodity, you're facing there. If you're making something specialized, the chances are there may be 10 other people who are making something specialized. So in that segment also there is this concept of getting out of the Me Too. So your brand should be able to create some uniqueness, and for that you need to make sure that you don't fall into the well of Me Too. You have to get out of that, and that is important. And if you're able to do that, your brand will start getting recognized, and your brand will start becoming magnetic in nature. And then the brand growth. Now growth of the brand is also important, because you need to you cannot be stagnant. In any business, if you are stagnant, if you're not doing new things, if you're not diversifying, then obviously the brand will also flatten out. The nature of the business is it will actually grow like this, reach its peak, and then either it will flat out or start falling, because the chances are it will start going down because the technology changes, people behavior changes, utilization of your product changes, something new in the market will take the market in a different direction. So the chances are that if you keep diversifying enough under the same brand, then it will become magnetic. Now here at this point I will like to address the elephant in the room. Many people, what they do is they create different companies to do different things. For example, if you're doing education, you will create one brand and then invest money in building that brand. And if you start another business associated with education, but then it is like going to college and doing training, you will create another brand. So this is a very risky proposition to do this way, because what will happen is then you have two separate business, and then you have to basically work on brand building on two separate levels. And since these are two different brand names, your work actually doubles up, because you have to put same amount of energy, you have to put in same amount of people, very authentic people. You have to constantly create your marketing effort around that. So here, when we talk about growth aspect, the major action that happens is the diversification. But as long as your brand does not change, your brand value keeps increasing, even though your business keeps on changing, keeps on diversifying. So that is a very key important aspect. Let's look at Tata's, for example. Tata is a large group from India, and they are known for many things, from a simple thing like a table salt to high-tech equipment which are basically in defense, or also trucks and machinery and all kinds of things, washing powders, everything. Tata is a large group, but you see their brand value is only Tata. They do 1,000 things within their organization. These 1,000 things are being done by separate entities, separate companies, but their brand is only Tata. So if you are buying consulting services, you will actually end up buying consulting services from Tata, an ancillary company called Tata Consultancy Services, which also use the same brand name. So I think it's important to understand these aspects for everyone, because without a brand name, there is no progress in any business, whether you are small or large. So when you actually set up your business, you invest money, you actually invest money in building your brand value. So first initial years of you starting the business will be spent mostly in building your brand, your company, increase in visibility for your company, so on and so forth. So that is really the investment is going, building your brand. Once the brand is built, then it is a lot easier for you to continue business, and later on, as the market dynamic changes, you keep diversifying into different businesses and so on and so forth. So friends, I will end my live stream now, and if you have any questions, feel free to engage with me, and please join us on YouTube channel. There are a lot of other business related content that you can see. So as always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you again tomorrow. Until then, have a nice day. Bye bye.